Hey guys, Ben Francia here. So in this video, I'll be discussing why small businesses should get into e-commerce and what are those basic steps that you need to take to put up an e-commerce site. What will set you apart as a small business in your category or in your industry will be your ability to do e-commerce. So just to name a few of the many advantages of having an e-commerce website. Number one, having an extended reach. Unlike maintaining a local brick and mortar store, you're limited to your physical location, to foot traffic. But having an e-commerce website, your reach suddenly becomes global. So ganun kalaki yung potential. It really depends na lang on how heavily you promote your website and how capable are you in delivering the products that you're selling online. Another thing that I would also want to highlight is the growing trend in e-commerce, not just in the Philippines but globally, especially of what happened recently. What is happening right now. People cannot buy through the physical stores, and nag-increase significantly ang online purchases because of the pandemic crisis. And what I'm seeing is this is going to be a trend and eventually will become a norm. Online shopping will be a preference for consumers. One other advantage for small businesses of having an e-commerce website would be the low operational cost. So imagine, meron kang tindahan that is open 24/7 that has global reach. Yet the cost of rent isn't there. You're not paying rent. You're not paying any electricity. If you will be paying for, let's say, employees for salaries and manpower, it's very minimal. So I guess ang point ko doon, the cost of operating an online store is significantly low, cheaper compared to maintaining a physical store. Lastly, ang isa ring advantage of an e-commerce website is that it levels down the playing field. You can compete, kumbaga, head-to-head with bigger brands for as long as you have a better product, you have a better service, you have better user experience in your website. So with all these advantages, I don't think there's any reason for us not to put up an e-commerce website. Even cost. Kasi there are a lot of ways for us to put up an e-commerce website without spending a lot of money. So in the next few minutes, I'll be talking about the different steps, quick steps that you can take to put up an e-commerce website. The first thing that you need to do is to secure your domain name. What is a domain name? Domain name is your address in the internet. This is your .com. This is what people will type in the internet browser to be able to visit your website. If you already have one, then that's good. Otherwise, you need to register one for your website, for your e-commerce site. The company where I normally register my domain names is GoDaddy.com. It's probably the most popular domain registrar in the internet right now. You can register the standard.com. You also have the option to register a .net, a .org, a .info. But my suggestion, just stick with the .com. It's a lot easier to remember and to recall. If you want to register a .ph, that's good for local searches. So meaning in the search results, if people are doing local searches, tendency your websites would rank higher in the search results. So register for a .ph. I would recommend a .ph if you are a local company and you intend to capture local search engine searches in Google. But the trade-off lang is the cost. A .com normally costs less than 1,000 pesos, less than 800 pesos in fact. If you know where to look for, there are promo codes that's scattered in the internet that gives you like additional 30-40% discount off your initial year registration. However, for a .ph, it's a little bit more expensive. So depending on the name, ranging between a little less than 3,000 to 4,000 pesos. So some additional suggestions: keep it short, keep it simple, keep it easy to recall. Avoid domain names that are prone to kumbaga misspellings and typos. Make sure that you register the name of your company or your trade name for the e-commerce website that you are planning to put up. Next, choose your e-commerce platform. In choosing your e-commerce platform, you have two options. Number one, to use an e-commerce website builder, and number two, to work with a developer and build the website from scratch. So each option has its advantage and disadvantage. Number one, for e-commerce website builders, you just need to pay a subscription fee somewhere around 1,500 pesos to like 5,000 pesos every month. That includes everything. However, ikaw magbe-build ng sarili mong site. There are just pre-designed templates out there. In their platforms, pipili ka lang ng design and apply that design in the website that you're trying to build. What's good about these platforms, it's very affordable, and instantly, as long as kompleto yung materials mo, you can launch your website real quick and start selling online. The other option would entail you working with a professional website developer. So, by the sound of it, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. Ang advantage nga lang, you have more flexibility kasi you're not limited with the platform that is available, like in Wix, Squarespace, and Shopify. There are certain limitations. With the option of working with a professional developer, you can implement whatever design that you want. You can implement whatever feature or functionality that you want. Things that normally aren't available in pre-made website builders. In our case, what we normally recommend, if you opt for the second option of working with a developer or with a let's say an agency, for example, use a platform called WordPress. WordPress is a content management system. It's a content management system that pretty much runs about a third of all websites in the internet. And we normally just install a plugin called Ecommerce that allows us to convert that WordPress website into an e-commerce store. So those are two options that you can take. It really depends on the amount of time that you have, the amount of flexibility that you want to have on the website, and lastly, of course, the budget. The next thing that you should do is to start looking for your payment and logistics partners. Having a payment gateway would allow you to receive payments and allow your customers to pay for the products they are purchasing through your website. And you need to have a partnership with or an account in a payment gateway company. And working with payment gateway companies, normally medyo mabusisi kasi there are a lot of requirements involved. But if you want something up real quick and start receiving online payments like overnight, the fastest way is to set up a PayPal account and integrate that PayPal account into your website. Okay. People can purchase your products using their PayPal account as their mode of payment, but also having a PayPal payment gateway on your website gives you the opportunity also to receive credit card payments. Kasi it doesn't mean that your consumers would need a PayPal account. They can, in fact, pay using their credit cards and their debit cards. Yun lang, you would receive those payments to your PayPal account. And if you need to withdraw, you need to withdraw through your bank account that is attached or associated to that PayPal account. One other option is to set up an account in DragonPay. Okay, they have two types of accounts. They have their Lite and their Standard. Their Standard, hindi medyo enterprise sila. I think it costs around 36,000 to sign up for that account, but it has several options. Allows you to receive payments online through credit cards, debit cards, through bank transfers, interbank transfers, through bayad centers, over-the-counter bank transactions. So maraming options. They have another type of account, which is what they call their DragonPay Lite. Okay, so all you need to do is to register online, and I think I believe there isn't any sign up costs involved. So that's a good option for small businesses. What I plan to do in the succeeding videos and probably in a blog post is to do some research and compile all these other payment options that small businesses can select from. So that's one promise that I would give you. Another thing that I intend to do is to compile a list of logistics partners, logistics companies that you guys can partner with. Kasi what's available right now, you have, syempre, of course, you have Lalamove, you have Grab delivery. But aside from these companies, I wanna do some research also. What other companies that are out there that you can also work with that are digitally prepared to work with e-commerce? Those companies that are kumbaga mas bagay for a small business e-commerce. So wait for those videos. I'll be publishing those videos real soon. The next step, I must say, is normally the cause of delay, the preparation of the content. Okay? Yes, kadalasan the major cause of delay of any website development project, especially e-commerce, is the readiness of the content to be published. So in preparing the content, since this is an e-commerce website, the first thing that you need to prepare is the catalog, the product catalog. So syempre, una, decide which products do you wanna include or feature in the website. If you have so many products in your physical store, probably it's a good idea to try it out first. Start with a few products, yung mga best sellers nyo, and start with that. Probably, I don't know, mga 20 products probably would be a good start. After deciding on which products do you want to feature and start selling your site, prepare the necessary data or information for those products. Syempre, number one, put in a spreadsheet all the information, the product name, write the product descriptions, prepare the product photos, very important. Prepare probably mga somewhere between 3 to 5 product shots that are really good and attractive. And lastly, syempre, prepare the costing. You might wanna do a little computations kasi syempre, selling online is different. So, decide on how much exactly do you wanna sell those products online and put everything in a spreadsheet. Then, next thing that you need to prepare is syempre a little information about the company. This is a good opportunity for you to talk about your company as well. When people buy online, they don't just buy products. They check out who they are buying the products from. So you need to establish a certain level of legitimacy. And for you to do that, my suggestion, write a long article, probably 1,000 long or more longer na article talking about the company profile. So sabi nila, Ben, di ba masyado mahaba yung 1,000 words or more? Actually, hindi. There's so many things that you can talk about in that profile. First, you can talk about the mission, the vision of the company, the purpose, why the company was established in the first place. You can talk about the founders, the people behind the company who started it. You can also talk about the team, who are the people making things happen behind the company. You can also talk about the history, how you started, and the evolution of the company. You can also lastly talk about the vision. Where do you want to go as a business? And one reason din siguro that I would want to mention why at least 1,000 words. From our experience, articles or web pages with more than 1,000 words long tend to rank higher in Google search results. So that's one tip. Try to write really long website copy. Another thing that you need to prepare as part of your website content would be your frequently asked questions or your FAQs. So talk about how people can purchase, how people would receive their payments, delivery options, delivery limitations is something that's frequently asked by people purchasing online. And lastly, prepare the visuals. So on top of the photos, product shots that you need to prepare as part of your catalog, start to prepare then other visuals like videos, graphics, photos of your company logo, of course, very important. Other photos that would make your website more visually appealing. So those are the basic types of content that you need to prepare. Make sure that you plan for it. Block out, let's say, a whole weekend preparing this. So I'm sure if you have this prepared, even before you start building your website, things will get a lot easier and faster and less costly in your case. Once you have all the content in place, once you have all the content prepared, the next thing that you need to do now is to build your website. Okay? If you opted for the option of working with a professional developer, the first step, or the next step rather, is to set up a kickoff meeting. In that meeting, set expectations, agree on a target launch date, provide them the content and all the materials, and let them do their magic. Okay? One other tip pala when working with developers, in selecting developers that you'll be working with, make sure that these developers have a good track record. Ask for referrals, ask for references. One other tip is make sure that you work with website developers who know digital marketing. And these people, these website developers who are marketers at the same time, know how to not just to build websites. They know how to build websites that sell. Okay? So that's one tip. However, if you decided to subscribe to an e-commerce platform instead, like Wix, Weebly, si Squarespace, and si Shopify, ang warning ko lang dyan, you need to dedicate some personal time doing this. Kasi you'll have to do it yourself. Wala kang developer that you can rely on. This is good kasi you don't have to spend additional money. Pero syempre, it's additional elbow grease. Ang investment mo dito is your personal time as an entrepreneur. Don't worry if you're not really very technical. There are a lot of tutorials that are available that's non-technical. I'm sure with enough time and without enough patience, you'll be able to build your website using these tools. So once you're done with the website, before you publicly launch it, you do a test run first. My suggestion, you do a dry run with immediate friends, very close friends, and family members. Ask them to do a trial purchase, deliver these products as if they're actual customers, and get some feedback from these people on how you can improve it before you publicly launch the website. So as you can see, putting up an e-commerce site doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, it doesn't even have to be expensive. All you need to do is really just to dedicate some time, have a lot of patience, and really be committed. Not just to put it up, but also to run it, promote it, and share it to the customers that you serve. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you have any additional questions, let me know. Just post them in the section below. If you feel there's anything I missed, let me know also. Feel free to add additional information in the comments. And I'm sure everybody who would be reading those comments would find it very interesting and very helpful as well. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.